So we now have a little more than 24 hours till the start of the 2024 NFL Draft. So I thought it was time to put out my mock draft. I'm going to be doing rounds 1 and 2, so the Packers' first 3 picks of this 2024 draft. And so with the Packers' first pick in the first round, only pick in the first round, at number 25, I have the Packers selecting cornerback from Clemson, Nate Wiggins. I think when you look at the Packers' cornerback room, even though there's a solid amount of depth right now, when you look at that outside cornerback opposite Jair Alexander, there are some questions there. Eric Stokes, he's had some up and down years, dealing with lots of injuries. Hopefully he can get back to his rookie form and no longer struggle with these different types of injuries. But he is going to be entering the final year of his contract, and so after this next season, if he doesn't get back to how he was playing, the Packers may have some more needs at corner. And so I think that when you have Stokes over there, you got Carrington Valentine, who played pretty good at times, but I think they could upgrade there. I think that taking a corner in round 1 makes lots of sense. When you look at the Packers' needs, I do think safety is a big need, and as well as offensive linemen. But I do think that those are positions that can be had a little bit later. I don't think the Packers need to draft an offensive lineman in the first round. And so that's why I have them going Nate Wiggins at number 25. And I was honestly debating between Nate Wiggins and Kool-Aid McKinstry, looking at both of those players. The reason I went with Nate Wiggins instead, and of course the Packers, who knows if these guys will be available when they pick at 25. But Nate Wiggins is a very insane athlete, ran a 4.2840, had a 9.42 relative athletic score. The only, I guess, downside to him is he's slightly undersized when it comes to weight. He's 6'1", 173. He was listed last year at 185. Not sure if he got his numbers boosted there by somebody or if he lost some weight, but he could get some weight back and be more in the 180 range potentially. And so that is one, I guess, hit against him. The thing with Kool-Aid McKinstry, he's a very solid corner, but not quite as athletically gifted as a guy like Nate Wiggins, who has this insane speed. And so that's why I went with Nate Wiggins instead. And here we have a description from PFF on their draft board. They say this: Wiggins' 6'2" frame and length allows him to disrupt receivers in the contact window and at the catch point. He also has above average athleticism for the position. His footwork is quick and controlled. His hips flip fluidly and fast, and he has impressive recovery speed. Although Wiggins didn't have many interceptions, his force and completion percentage and awareness prove that he is impactful. The best part about him is he remains confident in both man and zone responsibilities. He has a slender build, and that shows up when tasked with tackling, getting off blocks, and handling stronger receivers in their routes. So I like his athleticism a lot, and I think that he could put on some weight, get a little stronger when he enters the NFL. And so that's who I have the Packers taking, number 1, getting a cornerback in round 1. Now moving on to the second round, the pick number 41, which was from the Aaron Rodgers trade, getting that from New York, the Jets. I have the Packers taking safety Jaden Hicks from Washington State. He's 6'3", 212 pounds, only 21 years old, and he's a pretty versatile player. Last season played 103 snaps in the slot, 456 in the box, and then 200 deep, and that is from PFF. And we heard Brian Gutekunst early this week say that he wants to have, bringing in this other safety to pair alongside Xavier McKinney. He wants to have someone that has that versatility, and I believe that Hicks does have that ability. He's a very athletically gifted guy, strong safety. And here we have from PFF, Hicks played in just one game as a true freshman at Washington State, and during some early struggles that lit a fire under him. As a redshirt freshman, he started 11 of 13 games, and he was once again a full-time starter in 2023. He is a consistent pre-snap communicator when the offense uses motion and does well to anticipate where the ball is going in zone/roaming coverage roles. Hicks demonstrates tone-setting tackling. His cornerback background gives him a good baseline for slot man coverage assignments. He still lacks long speed and twitch, but when he can keep things in front of him, he has good speed to make plays downhill. They say bottom line, Hicks is a well-built, strong safety who can play at all three levels of the field. He's a tone-setting tackler and has starting potential in two safety systems, especially as a strong safety/robber over the middle. So I personally think Hicks would be a great complement to Xavier McKinney. I think that could be nice. And so the Packers, they need safety. There's not a lot of depth outside of Xavier McKinney, who I love the Packers, the decision to bring him in this offseason, signing him to his, whatever 4-year deal or whatever it was. And so that's who I have the Packers taking at pick number 41. And now to the final pick of the second round, and this will end the mock draft. I'm just doing the first 2 rounds in this mock draft. There is no doubt, offensive lineman, the Packers need some more depth. At number 58, I have the Packers taking BYU tackle Kingsley Suamataia. He's 6'6", 315 pounds, 21 years old. He has experience playing both left tackle and right tackle at BYU. He played left tackle in 2023, right tackle in 2022. And here's what PFF says in their draft board. Suamataia is an impressive overall athlete with difference-making explosiveness and power in the run game. Whether blocking in man/gap or zone concepts, he has the upper and lower body strength to drive and displace. In pass protection, his footwork is natural for a player of his size, but he doesn't move laterally as well as he does forward. Where he is a dream athlete for a tackle, his inexperience leaves his technique raw and inconsistent. His hand placement and timing are a work in progress, and at times, he can be more of a shover than a true blocker. Suamataia is a dream prospect to draft and develop somewhere on day 2. I worry about him being baptized by fire if drafted in the first round and called upon to start right away. And so, hearing that entire description that I just shared there, he seems to need some development. And that's why I sort of like this pick as the second pick in the second round. And when you do look at the Packers and their tackle situation, they have Rasheed Walker, who played really well last year at left tackle, filling in for Bakhtiari after he got injured. And then you have, of course, Zach Tom, who has been one of the better right tackles in the NFL. And so that's the beauty of this, is that the Packers don't need Suamataia to start right away. They have the ability to, develop him in this first season. And who knows, maybe sometime through the year he's ready. And I was reading an article from Rob Demovsky of ESPN a few weeks ago, and he said that he had information that the Packers said Zach Tom could be a Hall of Fame center. And so with that being the case, once you get Suamataia out there and you feel comfortable, you can put him at right tackle potentially. You can move Zach Tom to center, and then your offensive line is overall that much better. So that's why I like that decision in the second pick of the second round. So that's my mock draft. 3 positions. We got corner drafted, safety, and offensive line. I still think there's a need to draft middle linebacker, some other needs as well, but those are some of the more pressing needs, and that's where I like the Packers going, and hopefully we'll see something like this play out tomorrow. But feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know who you may have the Packers taking in the first 2 rounds or more if you'd like to share. And stay tuned for the upcoming draft content. I'll be making videos about this upcoming draft, who the Packers picked, all that kind of stuff. Give my thoughts and my reactions, so make sure that the post notifications are turned on. That way, the second I post these videos, you get notified right away and give me your thoughts and share what you think about what the Packers did in round 1, round 2, whatever it is. But thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys as always, and I'll see you guys next time.